In South Africa, ice hockey is a fringe sport. Gear is expensive and lack of facilities and funding make it hard for many to afford it. But one man and his team are quite determined to make it happen.
If you're competing with the rugbies and crickets and that sort of thing, it's actually tiny. With a national membership of a couple of hundred registered players, we've got a lot of buy-in from the local association as well as the national federation, and we're all moving towards a common goal of growing the sport in the country and hopefully on the continent as well.
South African ice hockey teams are dreaming big and looking to expand into Africa and establish an Ice Hockey Africa Cup of Nations.
The ideal situation that we can be in is for South African Ice Hockey Federation to bring in an Africa Cup of Nations tournament where we would include the likes of Tunisia, Morocco, Algeria, Egypt, Kenya in an Africa Cup of Nations. The IIHF would also look favourably upon that because they've got Nations Cups in various other regions of the world. So I think from an African standpoint it would be a fantastic venture to actually go ahead with.
An Africa Cup of Nations would help popularise the sport and improve standards both nationally and on the continent.
I definitely think we need something like an African Cup of Nations. It's going to get the awareness out of ice hockey, not just in South Africa, but Africa itself. We're the only current African country that is playing in the IIHF tournaments or qualifications. So if we can help the other countries get up to that level as well, our entire continent will become much better and we can start competing against other countries.
Exposure is the main big thing that we need. Besides the IIHF World Championships like every year, if we have like an Africa Cup of Nations kind of tournament, it would be better exposure for us because the hockey is going to be based in Africa. So now obviously people around the globe are also going to look at it.
In the meantime, there's a small matter of preparing for the upcoming IIHF World Championship qualification round. Winning the tournament would help improve the country's international ranking. Scheier, CGTN, Pretoria, South Africa.